Sosa, Kemp, Wilson, and Rojas, and maybe the biggest addition to the lineup is on the mound tonight. The Phillies ace, right-hander Zach Wheeler, is back in action.
Back in action after about 10 days off. A SEPTA starting pitcher scouting report on Zach. Throws 57% four-seam and sinkers, averaging 96 and 95 respectively. Will throw sweepers as his most used secondary pitch, 13%, and his split, cutter, and curveball, each about 10%. That's brought to you by SEPTA. SEPTA is the Philly way to go.
Well, Zach Wheeler seems ready to go. As you mentioned, it's been a while. He has gotten a year older. He's added another kid to the Wheeler clan, and his first pitch is on the way. And it's a fastball at 98 miles an hour that misses down and in for ball one. We're underway right on time tonight. It's 6:46. Here under cloudy skies, the lights are on, and the pitch swung on and missed right down the middle, and he swings through it. And they count 1 ball and 1 strike. 71-degree night here at Citizens Bank Park. And Wheeler into the wind, the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and foul tipped into the mitt of Real Muto. Zach Wheeler making his 13th start of the season, 6-2 record, a 2.96 ERA. And looking to bounce back after his last start, which was not a good one for him. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and it hits off the knob of the bat, goes foul over near the third base dugout. He was trying to check his swing, and that pitch coming in on him.
Good thing it got the knob. I would have broken something.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And Wheeler kicks and deals in the pitch. That's a breaking ball, and it just missed down and in. And it didn't miss by much. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Are you getting on the umpires again?
Me, no. Here's the wind and the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Fastball got him. And Zach Wheeler with his 95th strikeout of the season.
And he's got, with the time off, he did throw a bullpen on Saturday here at the ballpark, and I would imagine it was a pretty good one. But 10 days off, but he did throw that. And he's got good numbers when he's pitched or gone with more than 7 days off or 7+ days of rest. 3-0 with the 2.70 ERA, so maybe it's a good thing for him to have that rest.
There's Kyle Tucker, and the pitch. Tucker takes a strike at the knees. Now, I don't know how much overall rest he's gotten, like bed rest.
Yeah.
With the arrival of young Goldie Wheeler. His daughter born June the 2nd. 0-1 pitch, and that's a breaking ball. Down a 1 ball, 1 strike on Kyle Tucker. Having a good first season in Chicago. He's got 12 homers, 40 runs batted in. His OPS at .899 coming into play tonight. Phillies shade him the other way in the outfield with Johan Rojas, the center fielder, over to left center, the 1-1. And it's swung on and fouled at the plate. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Weston Wilson in left field tonight, Nick Castellanos in right. On the infield, third to first, it's Kemp, Turner, Sosa, and Bohm. And Real Muto behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kyle Tucker. Here's the windup by Wheeler, and the pitch. Swung on and popped up foul. This is out of play, third base side. It's the 10th time he has started against the Cubs in his career. And he did not start against them in that series in Chicago, the one the Phillies won 2 out of 3. But the Phillies pitched very well against this good hitting ball club that weekend in Chicago. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, belted. Deep right field, that's gone. And that's the first inning run allowed by Zach Wheeler all season.
Wow.
Tucker's 13th home run of the season. It's a solo shot to put the Cubs on the board, 1-0.
Hmm.
10th homer allowed this year by Zach Wheeler. And that'll bring up Seiya Suzuki.
He's trying to throw that fastball. It looked like Real Muto was sitting away, down and away, and he kind of threw it up and inner half.
Suzuki batting .264. He swings and fouls one back and out of play. So the Cubs on the board first. Tucker's 13th. The Wheeler windup in the 0-1 breaking ball. That's a called strike. Wheeler had a scoreless streak of 21 straight zeros put up in the first inning of ball games, going back to last season. 0-2 breaking ball. That's in for a called strike. Over at the knees, and a pair of strikeouts here.
Like Suzuki jumping back from that breaking ball. Definitely a strike.
So that'll bring up the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong, and what a breakout year he is having, the former #1 pick of the Mets back in 2020. Sitting .277 with 17 homers. Big swing, no contact on a high fastball.
He can do a lot of things.
He's got 54 runs batted in on the season. Left-handed batter. And Wheeler's 0-1. And a swing and a miss.
21 steals in 24 tries.
Oh, and yeah, he's playing about as good a center field as you can imagine. 0-2 the count. Wheeler kicks and deals in the pitch. It's a little bit high. And the count 1-2. Pete Crow Armstrong up to 35 total extra base hits so far.
I mean, back-to-back Suzuki and him, 55 and 54 RBI.
1-2 pitch is up high.
That's some production right in the middle.
Scoring runs not an issue for the Cubs. They're first in runs per game in baseball. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Did he get a piece of it? He did not, says the plate umpire Stu Sherwater. And the Cubs think differently, and Craig Counsell coming out and arguing it while the Phillies are clearing the field. And Zach Wheeler with 3 strikeouts in the first, but gives up the home run to Tucker. Today at Phillies.com.
The Phillies play here. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
1-0 Cubs lead it as the first pitch on the way to Trey Turner, and he takes outside for ball 1 from Matthew Boyd. Left-hander, native of Sammamish, Washington.
Yeah.
And Boyd with a 1-0. And it's inside, and this only the second time that Boyd has ever faced the Phillies. The other time it happened was a decade ago when he first got called up to the big leagues. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that one is a called strike on the inside corner. First time he's ever pitched here at Citizens Bank Park.
What year was it there was talk about the Phils? There was a lot of talk about him.
Was there?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. 3 years ago? 2?
The 2-1 pitch on the way, and Turner swings and pops it up. On the infield, Dansby Swanson, the shortstop, calling for it, just left to the bag. He'll make the catch.
And the SEPTA starting pitcher scouting report on Matthew Boyd. 5-pitch repertoire, but uses just 3 pitches 87% of the time. The 4-seam at 93 average 93. 47% of the time. A good change, 23%. That's mostly to right-handers and 17% sliders. He'll mix in some curveballs, almost all the right-handers, and a few sinkers. And that's brought to you by SEPTA. SEPTA is the Philly way to go.
Here is Kyle Schwarber, and the first pitch to the former Cub is swung on and bounced foul down the first base line. Well, Boyd has dealt with some injuries over the last few seasons. Last year, 8 starts for Cleveland as he was picked up midway through the season. He had completed his rehab, the 0-1, and a swing and a ground ball foul over on the first base side. And he pitched pretty darn well for the Guardians down the stretch. 8 starts, a 2.72 ERA. He's got a 1-0 lead here. The 0-2 pitch to Schwarber. And he takes, and that's just off the plate away.
Has not allowed a home run to a left-hander this year.
Well, if anybody can do it, it's this.
That's exactly right.
Left-hand hitter. The windup and the 1-2 swing and a ground ball to first. It'll be taken on 2 hops by Michael Busch. He'll take it to the bag, and Schwarber is gone. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Alec Bohm. Bohm. Waiting on the first pitch, and he shoots one to the right side. Diving Nico Horner has it go off his glove, and that is not something you see very often.
No, that's Nico gets that play 10 times. He'll make it 10 out of 10 normally, but
yeah, let's say 9 3/4.
Yeah,
I mean he's as good as it gets out there at second base. Bohm will take the base hit, but that's one we've seen Nico Horner make money. So that'll bring up Nick Castellanos. Castellanos, one of the few Phillies with some time against Matthew Boyd. Here's a swing and a miss. Not a lot. He was actually a teammate of Matthew Boyd for a time in Detroit. He's 2 for 5 against him with a couple of doubles. 0-1 the count. 1-0 Cubs. The pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, deep right center field. Crow Armstrong on the run to the gap, has room. He'll make the catch on the warning track in front of the out-of-town scoreboard in right center. No runs on a hit, a man left, and after 1 complete, it's 1-0 Cubs.
A message from Bradford White Water Heaters. How you heat your...
To be in, the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
WIP.
14 and under are sure to be the coolest on the beach this summer with the Philadelphia Water Ice Fanatic Beach Towel. Get yours on Sunday, July 6th at 1:35 when the Reds come to Citizens Bank Park to take on the Phils. Visit Phillies.com to purchase tickets today.
Dansby Swanson leads off. And it's 1-0 in favor of the Cubs. And the time called briefly as Castellanos retrieving a loose baseball out in right center field. Zach Wheeler strikes out 3 batters in the first inning, but also allows a home run. Here's the pitch to Dansby Swanson, a swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Swanson, Busch, and Kelly due up here for the Cubs. Coming to the game with a record of 40-25. The pitch. That's down and away. They were shut out yesterday in Detroit to close out that series 4-0. Their fourth shutout loss of the season. The wind and the 1-1. And that breaking ball catches the outside corner for a called strike. The windup, and Wheeler with the 1-2. Check swing. Swanson lays off. Dansby Swanson hitting .241 with 11 home runs. Takes time out, steps out of the box. The windup and the 2-2. Swing and a fly ball right center. Rojas on the run in the gap. He's there. He'll get it. And there's one away.
Well, on the mound around the league, Nick Pivetta of San Diego. He's 6-2 with the .316 ERA. He tries to help gain ground on the Dodgers. And Dustin May, who's 3-4 with the 4.09. It's sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Travel and Tourism. Find your wow right now. Visit nj.org.
1-0. Cubs leading it. And Michael Busch coming to the plate for the first time. And Zach Wheeler's first pitch to him. Tried the backdoor breaking ball, but just missed with it. 1 ball and no strikes. Busch, left-handed batter, hitting .276 with 10 home runs. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Wheeler, who last started on the 29th against Atlanta, celebrated a birthday the next day, turned 35. Here's the 1-1. Fouled back over the screen. And it's 1-2. And just a few short days after his birthday, his wife Dominique delivered Goldie Wheeler, the fourth child, third girl in the Wheeler household there, following Bambi and Winter. The pitch. And that's in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big brother Wesley is going to have his hands full one of these days. Huh?
Poor kid.
Here's the windup and the 2-2 breaking ball. And that just missed a little bit low, says Stu Shorewater, our plate umpire tonight. Vic Carapazza is the crew chief. He's at first. Charlie Ramos at second. And Dan Merzel is at third base. Wheeler with the wind and the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled over the screen. And Michael Busch fighting off a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Belt high right on the inside corner. Tied him up.
So Wheeler, another 3-2. Swing and a miss.
Backdoor cutter and a dandy.
So the fourth strikeout already for Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler is approaching 1,000 strikeouts as a member of the Phillies. Mark he could reach tonight. Here's Carson Kelly, especially the way this one has started as the pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. Carson Kelly hitting .254 with 9 home runs. Wheeler right now with the 4 strikeouts tonight, up to 997 strikeouts as a member of the Phillies. The pitch is down and in. And of course, not as a debut player. He had a track record with the Mets before that, but he would become the fastest ever to get to 1,000 strikeouts in a Phillies uniform. The 1-1. Swing and a high bouncer left side. Otto Kemp tried to cut it off and whiffed on it. Goes off the thumb of his glove, and Turner picked up the rebound, but his throw to first was late.
Let me guess. Base hit?
E5.
Wow.
First big league error for Otto Kemp.
And he's gonna be upset with himself. I don't know if that got in the lights up there or if he just took his eye off it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looked like it went right off the top of the webbing of the glove as he was running to his left. So a runner on base, and here's Nico Horner. And Horner tried to check, could not. He went around on the first offering from Wheeler. Well, Otto Kemp, who the Phillies say will probably play more at first base. They'd like to get him a few reps there. They're trying to get him a little bit comfortable, and third base is the place he is more comfortable. And they also look at Alec Bohm as their third baseman, and they'd like him to go back there. Wheeler's 0-1. And it's a called strike. And it was a question asked over the weekend with the two lefty starters, in particular Ranger Suarez. He's going to generate, first of all, they're going to have a lot of right-handed batters, and he's going to generate a lot of contact to that side.
Yep.
But he handled it fine over the weekend. The 0-2. And a swing and a ground ball to short. Turner has it, underhand flip to Sosa. And that'll force out Kelly, and that'll do it for the Cubs. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left. And after an inning and a half, Cubs lead it 1-0.
Welcome to
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
One of the players on the National League, who would it be? Who would you pick?
Okay, so I got an Ohtani jersey last year, so
nice.
I'm gonna probably say Harper.
Maybe Judge. He's one of the greatest to play the game in the last 5, 6, 7 years, so it'd be cool to have his jersey. Ellie's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
Ellie'd be a cool one. I mean, his jersey would probably be too big for me. It'd probably go down to my knees.
exclusive home for Phillies baseball. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Phillies trail 1-0. We go to the bottom of the second here at Citizens Bank Park as JT Realmuto will lead off against Matthew Boyd. Gave up a hit in the first, nothing more than that. Here's the first pitch here in the second, and JT fouls it back. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Phillies Radio Network.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Powered by the Tasty Cake Studios. The home of the Phillies. 94 WIP. An Odyssey sports station.
Next pitch to JT Realmuto is in there for a called strike. Glad you're with us on this Monday night. 1-0 Chicago. We're in the bottom of the second inning. A windup by Boyd in the 0-2 breaking ball, and it's rolled left side. It'll be taken on the backhand by Swanson. Long, strong throw, but it's right on the money. And JT is retired for the first out.
Well, nothing beats Sunday night baseball at the bank. Division rival Mets are coming to town for an exciting matchup under the lights against the Phils on Sunday, June 22nd at 7:10 p.m. Secure seats by visiting Phillies.com.
Nothing? Sure about that? Nothing beats it. Here's Edmundo Sosa, and he takes a little bit wide for ball one. Sosa really scuffling, 2 hits in his last 30 at-bats. Here's the 1-0, and it's popped up foul. It'll go out of play. But as we said at the outset, he's not alone. The Phillies hitting 181 as a team in the month of June. They're averaging 2.57 runs per game in the month.
I just don't know how it got that high.
Here's the 1-1. And it's blooped down the right field line, and it's going to fall fair. It's a base hit for Sosa. He's trying for second. The throw by Tucker, and he is out at second base. What a play by Kyle Tucker, and Sosa getting a little greedy on that blooper is thrown out by the Cubs right fielder, who makes a great play going into foul ground, spinning around and firing a strike to Swanson.
It's a very good defensive ball club that they're facing, the Phils are facing, so pay attention. I mean, you would think he'd be able to get over there, but I mean, Tucker got that before it hit the stands, and that was a big difference.
Here is Otto Kemp, still looking for his first major league hit. And Boyd delivers, and the pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. Kemp 0 for 5 with a walk over the weekend in Pittsburgh. Here's the 1-0, and a swing and a high pop-up. Shallow centered field. Going out is Horner. Coming on is Crow Armstrong. Horner stays with it, makes the catch. And the side's retired. No runs on a hit. Nobody left. And we'll go to the third. It's 1-0 Chicago.
John Crook here. I'm proud to partner with my friends at Tom.
'25 All-Star Game. Vote for your Phils 5 times daily at phillies.com/vote.
The home of the Phillies, 94 WIP.
Support Kyle Schwarber and his neighborhood heroes by bidding on dozens of items through an online auction to help a great cause. Items include a Phillies team-signed helmet and a Taylor Swift autographed acoustic guitar. Visit schwarbersneighborhoodheroes.org to place your bids before June 11th.
Third inning, it's 1-0 Chicago, and Zach Wheeler back to the mound. Gave up a first inning homer to Kyle Tucker. And here his first pitch to Matt Shaw is swung on and bounced to third. 2 hops out to Kemp, who's got it. Strong throw across, and it's in time. Shaw motoring down the line there.
Really?
The Cubs really, I mean, you look at them, it seems like, from afar anyway, they score a lot of runs, obviously. They're swinging the bat. They play great defense. And there's just maybe a few spots pitching-wise that they could use some help. I mean, they've had some major injuries, which doesn't help them.
It's still a lot of bases.
Yeah, here's Ian Happ. He pops this one up, third base side, foul territory. Kemp going over, and he's under it, makes the catch.
All right. Well, don't miss back-to-back nights of a guaranteed blast at Citizens Bank Park with the post-game Xfinity fireworks show set to take place after the Phils host the Padres Monday, June 30th and Tuesday, July 1st, both at 6:30 p.m. Secure your seats today at phillies.com.
Here is Kyle Tucker, who homered for the Cubs his first time up. 3 straight All-Star appearances for Tucker, and maybe another one in his future. As the pitch is in there for a called strike. Tucker's got a big contract in his future. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, I'd say.
Just where that will happen remains to be seen, but he'll be a free agent at the end of the season. The 0-1. And it's swung on and pulled sharply foul down the first base line.
And rest assured, wherever he goes, he's probably going to help his team quite a bit.
He's 28. He's again got a good track record and going to be a very wealthy man soon. Here's the 0-2, and it's down and away.
I don't think he's in poverty right now.
Well, that's probably true. He's making $16.5 million this year.
But that's nothing compared to what he's going to make.
Yeah. The windup by Wheeler and the 1-2 pitch is fouled down. I mean, obviously the Phillies talking a lot about how much Kyle Schwarber means to them, both on the field and off. And Schwarber, another free agent to be. And you look at Tucker and Schwarber as the two big sluggers that'll be available in the offseason. Provided somebody doesn't sign their guy before the offseason. The 1-2. And that just missed in off the plate. But it was off the plate.
Yep.
Two balls, two strikes. And Wheeler kicks and delivers. And a breaking ball, that's low. Cubs wearing their blue uniform tops with the gray pants, blue caps, the Cubby logo on the left side of the front of those blue jerseys. Red names and numbers on the back, trimmed out in white. 3-2 on the way. And that's down low. He went with a 3-2 splitter. And he walks Tucker, so that'll keep the inning alive.
Well, he's almost perfect against the rest of the lineup. There's an error in there, but Tucker the only one to reach base. The Walker a hit.
Here's Seiya Suzuki, and he takes a called strike. Suzuki is, you mentioned, Larry, 55 runs batted in. As the Cubs have two of the top six, I think.
Yeah.
0-1 the count. And the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to left. Not very deep. Wilson in and over. He's under it. He makes the catch on that lazy fly ball, and that will do it for the Cubs. No runs, no hits, a walk, a man left, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 Cubs.
At Citizens Bank.
To take the world, smiles at
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Bottom of the third inning, and it's 1-0 Chicago. As Weston Wilson leads off for the Phillies. Here against Matthew Boyd. And the pitch. Wilson swings and fouls one down at the plate. And the reality is the Phillies early in the season were really good against left-handed pitching, but a lot of these guys that have done damage against lefties, they have cooled off considerably. And Weston Wilson, one of those. Edmundo Sosa, we talked about him already. The pitch is up high. I mean, they're specifically in the lineup for that reason. And
just 5 for 33 for Wilson. That's overall.
There's a swing and a miss. He's got one home run so far. It was off a righty. Down to the count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Matthew Boyd. And the lefty with a wind. Here's the pitch. And that's up and away. Two and two. The pitch. And that one missed inside. Boy, that was really close. I'm not getting on the umpire, but.
No, I know.
It was pretty close.
Very close.
Here's the 3-2. And a swing and a fly ball left center field, but easily playable for Crow Armstrong. He'll make the catch for the first out.
Well, fans 18 and over are invited to sign up now for the Fightin' Phillies Fan Club presented by the Giant Company. All memberships include an exclusive hat, a clear tote bag, a discounted ticket offer, and access to members-only perks and events. Visit Phillies.com/fan clubs for more info.
brings Johan Rojas to the plate with 1 out. And the pitch to Rojas. He shows bunt and takes a strike. And Stock and I were talking about it over the weekend and said, it seems like it's been a while since we've seen Rojas even attempt a bunt. And Kevin kind of scoffed. He said, "Yeah, I'm not holding my breath. I think that ship has sailed."
Yeah, he's not into that.
But he did show it there, and he got some movement out of Matt Shaw at third base. Here's the wind of the 0-1 pitch, and a swing and a pop-up on the right side. Backing out into shallow right is Horner. He's under it. He makes the catch. And that'll send us back to the top of the order. Trey Turner. Cubs in front, 1-0.
Boyd up to what, 27 pitches already?
The windup and the pitch. Breaking ball. That's in there for a called strike. Well, yesterday the Phillies lost 2-1. And the two pitchers they faced, the pitches outside, Paul Skeens and Braxton Ashcraft, combined to throw 112 pitches. Saturday night, the 1-1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. The 4 pitchers that they faced, Haney, Matson, Santana, and Bednar, they combined to throw 103 pitches in the game. 1-2 pitch. And it's popped up foul. This is headed for the seats. So not a lot of sort of grind them out kind of at bats, right?
No. Well, I don't know. To me, when you're struggling, it seems like you'd want to see more, but I guess not always the case.
Boyd ready, and his 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, and this one's blooped down the right side. That one's going to fall in for a base hit.
Stay at first.
Checks up in front of Tucker, but Turner will stay there with a base hit. That's the 3rd hit allowed by Boyd. And it'll put a man on with Kyle Schwarber coming up. Boyd is really not a candidate to run against.
No.
He has an excellent pickoff move. He's quick to the plate. He'll use a slide step. He throws over to first as much as anybody in baseball, given the new rules. Here's Kyle Schwarber, and he's going to throw over right there to get Turner going back. One to nothing, Cubs lead. Schwarber bats with 2 outs and a man at first. Boyd ready, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Yesterday, Don Kelly decided with Turner at second in the 9th inning to intentionally walk Schwarber, which is a conventional no-no, right? Putting the winning run on base. But it took one more pitch for the manager to be rewarded. The 0-1 swung on, fouled away to the left side. Do you subscribe to that theory that you should never put the winning run on base? Yeah. There are situations where it makes sense, right?
Definitely. I remember a game Lefty pitched in Chicago against the Cubs. He was up 3-1, bases loaded, facing Gary Wood, who owned him. And he walked him, and he didn't care.
Got the next guy out, 1-3-2?
Yep.
0-2 on Schwarber. Boyd, a long look, and he's going to throw over to first, and Turner's gotten picked off. And there's that funky pickoff move by Matthew Boyd, who throws over to first. Turner couldn't even go down into a slide as he gets picked off 1-3, and that will do it for the Phillies. No runs, a hit, nobody left. We'll go to the 4th. It's a 1-0 Cubs lead.
For 100 years, Pella has set the standard for quality, innovation, and craftsmanship. From stunning windows to durable doors, Pella helps homeowners and businesses create beautiful, energy-efficient spaces.
Here we go. This is a classic road jersey for Boston. This is the first uniform I put on when I came with Boston. When you see those two socks together, that's one thing I know I had to do. I had to make sure I had my red socks high, okay? My two red socks, because, you know, there's two here.
Presented by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com to get your new 2025 RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go Phils. Larry, I don't know how that's not a balk, right?
It's got to be. With the slide step, everything's going forward. You can't do a slide step and step to first. I'd like to see that again.
Here's Pete Crow Armstrong, and he takes first pitch up high. First, they're going to show you a sandwich, but after that, maybe we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, well,
it's a tasty-looking sandwich. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed.
Big part of that balk play.
I mean, I would love to see that compared with the one that Luzardo was called the last homestand. The next pitch is grounded foul over on the first base side. Tough carom there.
A little trouble down that right field line.
That was a tough bounce, though.
That was.
Yeah.
One before
the ball
not
girl
so
down
tough.
there. She got too deep in the corner to try to field it, and that's how those inside the park home runs happen. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's swung on, driven center field. Rojas going back, nearing the track, steps onto the dirt, makes the catch near the 409 sign. And Crow Armstrong a long out for out number one.
Well, bring home the best bobble in baseball on another City Connect Friday when all fans take home a Pico JT Remuto bobble figurine on Friday, July 18th at 6:45 when the Phils host the Angels. Purchase tickets at Phillies.com.
Here's Dansby Swanson. 1-0, Cubs lead it on a first inning homer by Kyle Tucker. Wheeler into the windup and the pitch. Breaking ball. That's over for a called strike. Trey Turner and Edmundo Sosa, when they went back out to the field, having a long conversation with Vic Carapazza, the first base umpire. This pitch swung on and fouled straight back.
I don't know how you do a slide step and you can't step that way.
Wheeler's 0-2. And it's swung on line, caught by a diving Otto Kemp at third base. Nice play as Kemp takes a hit away from Swanson, maybe extra bases.
Nice.
Two gone. It'll bring up the first baseman, Michael Busch. Well, a little redemption there for the earlier error for Otto.
Yep.
The pitch, and it's swung on, hit to right, backing up Castellanos, and he'll square up, make the catch right along the track. Quick inning for Wheeler.
Quick, yeah.
1, 2, 3 go the Cubs. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 Chicago.
When you get a cancer diagnosis, your world stops.
Or if you swap a jersey, one of the players on the National League, who would it be? Who would you pick?
Okay, so I got an Ohtani jersey last year, so
nice.
I'm gonna probably say Harper.
Maybe Judge. He's one of the greatest to play the game in the last 5, 6, 7 years, so it'd be cool to have his jersey.
Ellie's been fun to watch. Yeah, Ellie'd be a cool one. I mean, his jersey would probably be too big for me. It'd probably go down to my knees.
next car, shop BurnsHonda.com.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball. 94 WIP.
The RAV4th inning presented by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com to get your new 2025 RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go Phils. As Kyle Schwarber leads off, he grounds one foul down the first base line. He was at the plate when Trey Turner was picked off to end the bottom of the third inning. It's 1-0. Cubs are leading it. As Matthew Boyd into his windup and the pitch to Schwarber. Breaking ball, and that one's in there for a strike call. It's slow breaker. That one at 73 miles an hour.
Ooh.
Boyd with a wind in the 0-2 pitch. Check swing. And that is outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schwarber 3 for 25 here in the month of June. It's not been a typical Schwarber June as yet. The 1-2. And it's up high. 2-2 the count. 3 for 24 with a homer on the road trip. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Boyd with the wind. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That's down and away. Matthew Boyd, we mentioned he's from Washington. Born in Mercer Island. And attended high school in Sammamish. You know those parts pretty well.
Very well. Grew up right off the lake, Sammamish.
He went to Eastside Catholic. The pitch, and that's inside. It's ball 4 and a leadoff base runner for the Phils as Schwarber is on. He would then go on to Oregon State University. He was drafted a couple of different times. He finally signed after being drafted in 2013 in the 6th round by Toronto. Got to the big leagues with Toronto. And just after he debuted with the Blue Jays, he was part of a package that was sent to Detroit in exchange for David Price. Here's Bohm, and he swings and hits one through the left side. There's a base hit. And Alec Bohm is aboard in his second hit of the game. He's seen 2 pitches. He's got 2 base hits.
All right. Well, this is darn near an explosion right here.
Here's Nick Castellanos.
Keep it going. Just keep that line moving.
Castellanos fly to center his first time up. He hit one pretty deep right center. And he swings and pulls this one through the hole. A base hit into left field. They're going to stop Schwarber at third base. And the Phillies with 3 straight runners to reach base. They've loaded the bases with nobody out. And JT Realmuto is coming to the plate.
It's 5 hits for the Phils already. That's what they've seriously been doing of late for a game. A few times anyway on that trip.
And Tommy Hotovy, the pitching coach, wants to go out and chat with Matthew Boyd. Real good at bat from Kyle Schwarber to start it off. It was the first real lengthy at bat I think we've really seen tonight against Boyd. And then all of a sudden, back-to-back first pitch singles. And now the Phillies find a spot that has basically been their kryptonite all season, and that is batting with the bases loaded. Phillies with the bases full, batting 188 as a team with 1 home run. JT he's 0 for 1, but with 3 walks. And Boyd's first pitch to him. He takes, and that's over for a strike. First pitch off speed there.
Change up.
Outfield pretty much straight up. Happ is the deepest of the 3. Second baseman Horner shaded up the middle. Bush way off the line at first base. 0-1 the count. Boyd kicks and deals, and the pitch swung on and missed. Pardon me, fouled it, and right off the catcher. Count is quickly 0-2. One to nothing, Phillies trail. But they've got the bases full with nobody out. Boyd ready at the letters. And the pitch. Breaking ball, ground ball, hit to third, scooped by Shaw. Goes to second, one on to first, not in time. In to score is Schwarber, and the Phillies get the game tied up. JT will pick up an RBI on the fielder's choice ground out, and it's a 1-1 game.
A little surprised he didn't go to the plate with that, because I know he's a catcher, but he runs well. So for Shaw to get that and not go home, an easy play to go home, probably an easier chance for a double play going home. Just as easy.
But he got a little in between, it looked like, in terms of his footwork on exactly how he wanted to field it. Now Sosa. 23rd RBI for JT. They're on the corners with one out. And the pitch. Sosa swings, hits a double play ball to short. Swanson to second, one on to first, double play. And the Phillies settle for just one run. Bases loaded with nobody out, but only one across. It'll get the game tied up. We go to the fifth. It's 1-1.
Baseball. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Top of the fifth inning. It's a 1-1 ball game here at Citizens Bank Park as the Phillies have gotten the game tied up, hoping for a little bit more, but we'll see where we go from here.
Well, we got
Wheeler
one in.
Back even again. Yeah, got one. We don't want to rush into it, Larry.
No. Baby steps.
It's how you slowly build, building blocks. You just slowly
return, step by step.
Yeah. It's the bottom third of the order due up for the Cubs, which means Carson Kelly first ahead. He reached on an error his first time up. The pitch is hit foul, and this one will go into the Cubs dugout. Tomorrow night, same start time, 6:45, thereabouts. Colin Ray opposite Mick Abel will make his second home start of the year, the 0-1. Swung on, fouled straight back. It'll be Ben Brown against Jesus Luzardo on Wednesday. That's a day game, day baseball here on Wednesday.
That's right, 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Oof. If I'm not here, start without me.
Here's the 0-2, down and away. What could you possibly have planned?
That'll be in my tube.
It's the Wheeler with a 1-2 pitch on the way. And it's a breaking ball that misses down and away. How you feeling?
Good. Good. Oh, good. The last couple of times I've been in there, it's 2 hours in the chamber.
I don't know that we've talked about this on the air. I'm not sure everybody's aware of what you're doing.
Oh.
Here's the windup and the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. When you say I get in my tube, I think that might confuse some people. I'm not sure whether.
The hyperbaric oxygen chamber.
Okay.
It's in for 2 hours, but the last few times I've got 40 treatments. I'm through 24 of them now.
Okay.
But the last few times I've lain in there, and I think it's in my head. I feel like I'm going to start getting a cramp. And once you're in it, you don't come out.
Here's Nico Horner, and he takes a called strike.
For 2 hours. And if you get a cramp, you're
stuck.
You're stuck.
Really? You just,
Yeah.
This is not a thing where, let's say there's time called at the plate. Let's say you're in an MRI tube. I think that's people can relate to. They can shut it off and pull you out of there, right?
Yeah.
This is different.
Right.
Or one pitch is down low.
Because what they do is they make it comparable to scuba diving, like 40 to 50 feet.
So you have to sort of slowly
come up, or with my only one good ear might blow out.
It's the 1-1. It's a breaking ball down and away.
Now that would definitely get me out of a lot of chores. So I didn't hear you, but So it's if something happens, and it's 10 minutes to come back up, or simulates. Yeah.
2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back. It would take 10 minutes to get you out of the chamber.
Yeah.
To relieve you of your cramp.
Yes.
Which by this point is probably gone.
Yeah. And I'll stop crying by then too.
2-2 on Nico Horner. And the pitch. It's fouled off. Well, I'm glad it's going okay.
Yeah.
There's not you'll be raised up and out of there by 1 o'clock on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, breaking ball, and this popped up. This will go foul out of play. We saw Nico Horner with a 14-pitch battle against Taijuan Walker in that game in Chicago back in April. And it really lengthened the first inning
quite a bit
for Taijuan. Nico Horner, 3rd fewest strikeouts among qualified hitters in baseball, the 2-2. And it's fouled off.
Do you see a rise on there?
It's got 5. Huh?
5 already.
It's already got 5 strikeouts. Well, the pitch count climbing here for Wheeler. It's 68 now in the 5th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on, ground ball hit to second. Sosa to his left, he's got it. And he'll throw to first and get Nico Horner. It was a long battle.
Well, suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, T-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com for your Phillies gear and today's special offer. That's another thing, is my voice and my eyes are affected by that oxygen.
Well, you don't need either of those for the job that you do.
No.
Here's Matt Shaw. And Matt Shaw takes, speaking of eyes, maybe Stu Sherwater spent some time in the chamber today. Wow, that was really bad.
Got to be kidding me.
You missed that one. Here's the 1-0, and a swing and a foul, and that'll make it 1 ball, 1 strike. Shaw, who grounded to third his first time up.
How do you miss him that bad, though?
The pitch. Breaking ball, that's down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Now, when you're in there, is there like a monitor to say watch a TV show? Or
there's a TV up above you.
Okay, so you can watch something.
You can watch something, yeah.
Here's the windup, the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. But I guess the words on the crawl are too small for you to see now because your eyes don't work.
They don't work.
Okay. You can't even read the closed captioning?
I'm close enough where I can, if the letters are big, I can see them pretty good.
Okay. Wheeler with a windup and his 2-2 pitch. Fouled back into the screen.
But like that big Xfinity sign in left field.
Yeah, the one on the wall or the one on the scoreboard?
The wall.
Yeah.
Either one. They're both big, and they're both very blurry.
Wow. Here's the windup, the 2-2 pitch. And this one is sliced into right. That'll be a base hit. And Matt Shaw keeps the inning alive with a soft single. That's the first hit given up by Wheeler since the home run from Tucker. There's been a man to reach on an error and a walk, but nothing other than that. That'll send us to the top of the order in Ian Happ.
He could have used an out there, quick inning.
1-1 game. We're in the top of the fifth. And the pitch is down and away for ball one. Happ tonight has struck out. He's also popped out foul to third. The stretch. And the 1-0. And that one's low. 2-0. Off-speed pitch to Ian Happ. He's got 3 straight Gold Glove awards as part of this really well-rounded defensive unit for the Cubs. You got him with the 3 straight Gold Gloves out and left, and you add Pete Crow Armstrong, who's probably on his way there now.
Yep.
In center. 2-0 pitch, and that's taken for a strike. Not a lot falling in between those two.
Not at all.
Two balls, one strike. Wheeler set of the letters, and the pitch swung on, fouled back.
Oh,
that ball hit the railing.
Oh, I thought it hit that lady in the head.
No, it hit the railing right in front of that lady, and then shot way up into one of the booths. I think that's into the Cubs booth.
Yeah,
with Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer.
And I'm sure Coomer dropped it.
That's not right. There's a throw over to first. The fans down in front of us, they're looking up. They want somebody to throw the baseball out to them. And they found a young fan to give it to. Here's a throw over to first, and back is Shaw. But that scared the daylights out of the woman in the first row.
And the one next to her reached over for her, and that's why I thought she got hit. Ooh.
2-2 pitch. And it's fouled away again. This further down the line and left. Still 2-2. Well, Nico Horner had an 8-pitch at-bat in this inning. And Ian Happ about to see pitch number 8. You're in a 1-1 game. 2-2 to count, the stretch. And the runner starts to go, stops. The pitch is fouled off. Boy, he had a big jump, but Wheeler hadn't gone home yet.
And if Wheeler had
maybe stepped off or
turned and thrown, he's dead to rights there at first.
Two balls, two strikes. Wheeler comes set. Runner's not going. The pitch. It's up high. And the runner will be off on this next offering as the count has gone full, 3-2. And Kyle Tucker, who's been a problem, he's waiting on deck. Wheeler stretches. The runner goes. The pitch swung on, popped up foul, and the at-bat continues. The Phillies starters against the Cubs in that 3-game set in Chicago posted a 1.69 ERA in their 16 innings of work. It was a short start for Walker. A lot of it was he's going back and forth with the rotation. The runner goes, 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. And a hard-earned strikeout for Zach Wheeler. That's number 6 on the night. And it finishes off the Cubs here in the 5th. No runs on a hit, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Tied at 1.
Innovation is the key to a carbon-free future.
Fans 55 and over are invited to take part in Independence Blue Cross Senior Stroll the Bases after the Phillies host the Cubs on Wednesday, June 11th at 1:05. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
The home of the Phillies, 94 WIP.
Time for the Citizen Stats leader. Well, Nick Castellanos has started 230 consecutive games, including tonight, since 9/30/23. The second longest active streak, tied for the longest by a Philly with Jimmy Rollins from July of 06 to April of 08. Citizens, the official bank of the Phillies.
Otto Kemp leads off here in a 1-1 ball game. Bottom of the fifth inning, and the first pitch on the way. Swung on line to left. That's a base hit. First major league hit for Otto Kemp into the alley in left center. It'll be cut by Pete Crow Armstrong, but boy, what a ride for Otto Kemp. Undrafted, signed after college out of a Division II school. He's got his college coach here today. His family is here today. And they've just seen Otto pick up hit number 1 in the major leagues.
Nice.
And he's aboard to start the inning. And here's Weston Wilson. Kemp leads at first. And he's coming to first, and he throws it away. Kemp gets up. He's headed for second base. Now he's thinking about third. He'll turn second, headed to third. Tucker finally gets to the ball in foul territory, and Otto Kemp is all the way around to third base after the errant pickoff throw by Matthew Boyd.
You got to wonder if maybe Boyd tried to do anything different after seeing Turner and Sosa talking with Vic Carapazza, the first base umpire, a lot, and after that maybe worrying about, I got to be careful with this.
Well, if the throw is on the money, he's got Kemp picked off too.
Yep.
But the throw was offline. Bush diving for it, couldn't get it. So now the pitch to Weston Wilson. He swings and bloops it to right. It's sinking, and it's going to fall for a hit. Kemp scampering home. Tucker with a throw on one hop. It's late. And Weston Wilson with a bloop base hit scores. Otto Kemp, and the Phillies take the lead. It's 2-1.
All right. I like that.
Well, the Phillies yesterday got burned in the 8th inning on a ball that was 48 miles an hour off the bat or whatever it was for Andrew McCutchen. This one barely broke 70 miles per hour off the bat, but it's an RBI single for Wilson, and the Phillies have the lead. Here's Rojas, nobody out, the pitch. He squares, takes, and it's a called strike. Cubs expecting a bunt. They've got Shaw way in at third base. Bush crashing in from first. 4th RBI of the year for Weston Wilson. The stretch. And Boyd delivers. And the bunt pushed right of the mound. Boyd reaching for it. He's got it. Flips underhand at first. And Rojas, a successful sacrifice that goes 1-3.
Nicely done.
And that'll put a man in scoring position for the top of the order and Trey Turner. Turner 1 for 2 on the night. And now Carson Kelly making a slow walk out to the mound. And I mean really slow.
Really? It's not like anybody's up or anything. I don't think.
Well, they're stirring around out in that Cubs bullpen, but nobody's throwing.
Oh.
And they're just talking strategy here, I guess. He's only thrown 50 pitches.
It take him that he had to walk slow to figure out what he was going to say about the strategy.
A lot of hugs and congratulations for Otto Kemp down in that dugout.
Tell you what, he picked him up and put him down too after that errant throw. He got around to third in a hurry. Yeah, what a treat.
2-1, Phillies lead it here in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch on the way. Turner checks his swing. Oh, pardon me, foul ball. He fouled it off.
And Kelly having a chuckle about something down there. Turner and Kelly.
0-1 the count. The stretch. And Boyd delivers. And it's swung on, bounced to third. Shaw gloves it, shoulder high. Checks the runner, throws to first, and Turner retired for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Kyle Schwarber. Otto Kemp's college coach, Justin James, who wasn't there on Saturday for his major league debut. He was boarding a plane as soon as he got the news and headed out to Pittsburgh, saw Sunday's game, and was scheduled to come here tonight to Citizens Bank Park. The pitch to Schwarber, and it's a breaking ball down and away. He said that Otto Kemp had reached base all 61 games his final year there.
Really?
And the year before, he finished reaching in the last 12, so 73 straight game on base streak.
Man.
A 1-0 pitch, and it's taken, and it's a called strike.
Schwarber thought that was high, right on the line, kind of split the line.
Schwarber drew a walk. One ball and 2 strikes to count. So Schwarber down to the count here with 2 outs, and Wilson out at second. Swanson stationed straight up the middle at short. The pitch in the dirt, knocked down by Kelly. Boyd, who's got a pitch comm device on his right off his left hip, he punches in when he wants to throw. 2-2 the count, and the pitch to Schwarber. Swung on, fouled away. Let's pause for station identification on the Phillies radio network.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Powered by the Tasty Cake Studios. The home of the Phillies. 94 WIP. An Odyssey Sports Station.
With Larry Anderson, I'm Scott Fransky with you from Citizens Bank Park. Phillies leading at 2-1. Kyle Schwarber with a count 2-2. Runner at second. 2 outs. And Boyd's pitch. Swung on, fouled away again. Oh, and a great catch by the fan in the first row down here. Just down to our left. A lot of action down here, Larry.
Really? We're getting after it.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And Boyd tries again, and the pitch missed outside, and the count goes full. I mean, if you're Boyd, I know Bohm's 2 for 2 off you, but I wouldn't think he'd give Kyle a whole lot to hit here,
I wouldn't think.
With the base open and
only, what, 57 pitches?
3 balls, 2 strikes. The left-hander is ready, and the payoff pitch. Breaking ball missed inside.
And he didn't give him much to hit.
And that'll leave it in the hands of Alec Bohm, who again is 2 for 2 so far tonight. And both times swung at the first pitch.
I mean, he gets scouting reports on it. I don't know why anybody would give him anything to hit first pitch.
Right?
But they do.
Here's the stretch, and Boyd's pitch on the way, swinging a bouncer foul up the third base line. What the Phillies really need, Larry, is a 3-run Jimmy Jack. Okay? A good old-fashioned 3-run homer.
Yep, that's what they need.
0-1 the count. I mean, a 2-1 lead is nice, but
it's not quite enough.
Boyd kicks and deals in the pitch. That's up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seven hits now for the Phillies. Just 2 for Chicago. And the pitch. Bohm swings and pops it up. Shallow center. And calling everyone off, Pete Crow Armstrong. He'll make the catch. And that'll do it for the Phillies. They're going to run in the inning on 2 hits, a big error, and 2 were left. And we're going to the 6th inning tonight at Citizens Bank Park. Phillies 2.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
It's time to fight back. Get justice with Salt's Mondeluzzi Bendesky. Call our team at 267-662-1200 for a free consultation. That's 267-662-1200 or visit smbb.com.
Fans, if you're headed to Citizens Bank Park to cheer on the Phillies, be sure to visit the C.P. Rankin Rooftop on Ashburn Alley for the best view in the ballpark. C.P. Rankin Roofing experts are a proud partner of the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's go, Phils!
Phillies baseball, Sports Radio 94 WIP.
The Citizens stats leader, Jeff McNeil of the Mets, went 3 for 5 with 2 home runs yesterday and drove in 4 to help the Mets to a sweep in Colorado. Citizens, the official bank of the Phillies.
Phillies leading the Cubs here 2-1 as the Phillies try to snap their losing streak, which has reached 5 straight games. Matches the longest of the season. Here's the first pitch to Kyle Tucker, and it's a strike. Fastball at 95. The Phillies are getting a left-hander, Tanner Banks, ready in the pen. It's 85 pitches now for Wheeler. The 0-1 pitch. And that one is down and away. 86 pitches, 60 of them strikes.
Wow.
Wheeler the windup. And the 1-1 swing at a bouncer. Foul. First base side. Rob Thompson told us before the game that he didn't expect there to be any specific limitations with Wheeler, given the amount of time he's had off. He said, we'll just check with him inning by inning and see how he's feeling. Here's the windup in the 1-2 pitch to Tucker. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 96. I guess he's feeling all right.
I guess so.
As that is his 1,000th strikeout in his Phillies career. And they put that up on Fanavision. And that gets the folks out of their chairs to salute Zach Wheeler, who is now hit the century mark in strikeouts while wearing a Phillies uniform. He's the fastest ever to do so in terms of games pitched. Seiya Suzuki gives him a minute, steps out of the box. Stu Sherwater gives it a minute for that to happen. Here's the windup and the pitch to Suzuki. And that's in there for a strike call. Oh, 0-1 the count. And the pitch. Breaking ball. That's a strike call. tonight for Zach Wheeler. As he delivers to Suzuki, the pitch is up a little bit high. Zach Wheeler among major league starters to get to 1,000 with a particular team. He's the fastest since Jacob deGrom with the Mets. The 1-2 pitch is down and in. Who struck out 1,000 in his 139th start with the Mets. But again, that was from debut. Just getting started in his career, so not exactly apples to apples there. Here's the windup and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, line towards right center field. That's going to be a base hit. Over to pick it up in the gap is Rojas. Suzuki turns at first, and he'll stop there with a single. And now you've got the left-handed hitting Pete Crow Armstrong coming up. And no move by Rob Thompson at this point. They're going to stay with Wheeler here against Pete Crow Armstrong. Runner at first, Suzuki with just one stolen base. The pitch swung on and missed. Well, he can take a rip, can he?
Yeah, he can.
Oh, 0-1 the count. Wheeler's ready, the pitch. And that's up a little bit high. Crow Armstrong tonight, a strikeout and a fly to center. The stretch. And the 1-1. And that's up high. 2 balls and a strike. Got the right-handed hitting Dansby Swanson on deck. Suzuki leads. Bohm on the bag at first, holding him there. Wheeler's ready. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on and lifted in the air to shallow right field. Coming on for it is Castellanos. He'll make the one-handed catch. 2 down. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Swanson has flied to center. Lined out to third on a great diving stop by Kemp. 2 outs in the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Wheeler, who before his paternity leave started, his last 2 starts, 108, 107 pitches respectively. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And that's way inside. He's been over 104 times, 6 times this year. And tonight it's about to be 7. As this next pitch will be number 100 on the night. It's on the way. And it's way outside. Gets away from JT. And down to second goes Suzuki. And I mean, a wild pitch by Wheeler. That was way off the mark.
And it's just barking up the wrong tree that'll never get chopped down. But that catcher's down on one knee. They just can't move like they can if they're on both feet.
2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch to Swanson. And it's a fastball, and it misses just off the plate away. And the count 3-1. We've got Bush waiting on deck. Banks warmed and ready. Right-handed options on the bench for the Cubs. 3-1 the count. And the pitch. Swung on, fouled back, and out of play. Bush is certainly a guy you want a lefty on if you can set it up. And honestly, with the Phillies, all their right-handed relievers, for late in the game, if you can get the Cubs to pull Michael Busch out of the ball game, that's not the worst thing in the world.
Right.
Here in the 6th inning. 3-2 the count. Wheeler kicks the pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air, left field. Wilson backpedaling. Has room. He'll make the catch. The side is retired. And Zach Wheeler, in his return to the mound, 6 strong innings. He'll leave with a lead and 1,000 strikeouts in a Phillies uniform. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, it's the Phillies.
Doors are closing.
While everyone's listening to the ball game on the Phillies Radio Network, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, is hard at work rebuilding our infrastructure, whether it's transportation, water, or energy projects. ELEC and the operating engineers, 825, are ready to get to work building our bounce back.
The Phillies play here. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
2-1 lead for the Phillies, bottom of the 6th inning, and a swing and a miss by Nick Castellanos leading off here in the home half of inning number 6. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Helped build the Phillies' first run in the 4th. Not exactly an offensive show of force tonight, but they have a 2-1 lead, do the Phillies. The pitch. And that's down and in. And again, doing it against a pitcher here in Matthew Boyd, who has really pitched well. Boyd came in with an ERA right at 3. Here's a swing and a line drive deep down the left field line towards the corner. That's going to land right at the base of the wall. Picked up by Happ. He'll fire it in, but Castellanos is in at second with a leadoff double. 17th two-base hit of the year for Nick.
All right. Well, time for the Independence Blue Cross Player Spotlight, focused on Nick Castellanos, who has started 230 consecutive games since 9/30/23. The second longest active streak in the major leagues, and is tied for the longest by a Philly with Jimmy Rollins from July of 06 to April of 08. Independence Blue Cross, learn more at ibx.com.
Here's JT Realmuto. And the pitch to JT, it's up and away for ball 1. 1-0 the count. One ball and no strikes. Not sure that's right.
No?
No. Did you say it was his 229th?
230th.
Here's a swing and a ground ball hit to third. And that is going to be picked by Shaw, and he'll throw on to first. And get JT staying put at second is Castellanos.
Started 229 consecutive games. But tonight's 230, I believe.
Well, this says tonight will mark Nick Castellanos' 229th consecutive start. Right here in the notes.
I was going by what it said under his name.
All right. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a called strike.
Well, I don't know.
It's all about accuracy. We'll ask the PR department.
Yeah. We can ask them.
We should try to get it right, though.
We should.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. And it's swung on, fouled away. The ball goes into the Phillies dugout. The bat goes down the third base line about 100 feet or so.
It didn't break?
I guess not.
Well, that ball was not hit on the barrel. I'm pretty certain of that.
Pretty sure you're right about that.
Is it different?
It's different on the 2 pages of the notes, yes. We're double checking.
Okay.
0-2 the count. And the pitch. Swinging a ground ball left side. Scooped on the run by Shaw. He's got it. He'll throw to first. And Castellanos still out there at second base.
Well, the Chick-fil-A nugget of the game, June 9th, 1982. Steve Carlton set a club record for most strikeouts by a left-hander in a 9-inning game, fanning 16 Cubs in a 4-2 win at the vet. Lefty strikes out Ryan Sandberg 4 times. Alrighty.
Well, here's Otto Kemp. Kemp, who scored the go-ahead run in the 5th. And the pitch to Kemp. He takes a breaking ball that's in for a strike. Oh, and 1 the count. The pitch. And it's swung on, hit in the air to center, right at Pete Crow Armstrong. He makes the catch, and leadoff double amounts to nothing for the Phils as Castellanos left stranded. We're through 6 innings tonight, and as we go to the 7th, it's 2-1.
You can usually be found collaborating with your teammates, Gemini, by going over game strategies and pitch selections before games. But lately, you're feeling more open to honing your solo skills, such as working on your secondary pitches and control. Taking the time to focus on your personal craft will ultimately help you become a better teammate.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
Play. During the Phillies 2025 season, Tito's Handmade Vodka will donate $1 for every Tito's cocktail sold at Citizens Bank Park to Phillies charities up to a total of $20,000. Tito's Handmade Vodka is a proud sponsor of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball, 94 WIP.
Time for the PGW game summary. Cubs got up to a 1-0 lead in the first on a Kyle Tucker home run, his 13th. That's all they've scored. The Phils scored 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 5th. RBI single by ground out by Real Muto and an RBI single by Weston Wilson. Phils lead is 2-1 going to the 7th. Fueling PGW, fueling the future.
First pitch is up high for ball 1 from Tanner Banks. They leave Michael Busch in the game to face the lefty Banks. Here to start the 7th inning, and the pitch is down low. 2-0 the count. Tonight, we are told, is his 230th consecutive start. The pitch is inside. It's 3 balls and no strikes.
Little crooked tongue for you there.
Yeah, yeah. Head on back to Mayberry, will you? 3-0 pitch. And that's in there for a called strike.
Otis.
3-1. That's in there for a strike call. Michael Busch has a .955 OPS against righties. It's .466 against lefties. You have to go after him.
Absolutely.
And definitely can't walk him. Carson Kelly on deck, then Nico Horner. 2-1 Phillies lead it here in the 7th. The stretch. And the pitch. And it's bounced foul up the first base line. 6 innings for Wheeler, 1 run on 3 hits allowed. He walked 1, struck out 7, gave up a homer in the first. That was the only run allowed. First time all year he's given up a run in the first inning.
He was good.
3-2. Swing and a bouncer to second. 2 hops. Sosa gloves it. Throws to first.
Attaboy.
1 gone.
Coming back from behind there in the count. Nice job.
That'll bring up Carson Kelly. Kelly is 0 for 2, reached on an error. His first time up in the 2nd. First pitch to him here is way inside for a ball. Cubs have their bullpen going as well as Ryan Presley is getting loose. The 1-0. And Banks delivers a strike. Tanner Banks, his 28th appearance of the year. He's got a 1-0 record and a .386 earned run average. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch swung on, fouled away. He's got a .93 whip. Wow. So, in some respects, doesn't. You would think he'd have a lower ERA as a reliever, but it's the home run ball that's been a big problem. He's given up 5 homers in 28 innings.
Oof.
The 1-2 and a swing and a foul, first base side. So while it is, in fact, just a one hit, it happens to be one that puts a run on the board.
Right.
So
he's got a long ways to catch me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure how many innings. It was, I think, 16 and around under 60, I believe.
1-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball right field. And it'll push Castellanos back onto the warning track. And he'll make the catch right in front of the big smiling face of Tanner Banks out there right behind Nick Castellanos. And that is out number 2. That you think that was the most you'd given up in a single season?
16 or 17, yeah. That was out of the bullpen in '82.
First pitch swung on, line sharply, but right at Otto Kemp. Nico Horner, a quick out, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Tanner Banks here in the 7th. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time at Citizens Bank Park. It's the Phillies 2 and the Cubs.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Phillies fans never miss a home run.
Yeah, took deep to right center field. No doubt about it.
Stream every game on the NBC Sports app.
A 3-homer game.
And don't miss your game day forecast from NBC 10 First Alert Weather.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Philadelphia Phillies may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Phillies.
Phillies with a 2-1 lead, and Brandon Marsh is going to pinch hit leading off here in the 7th. That's because the Cubs have gone to right-hander Ryan Presley. Phillies up by a run and looking for more, and the pitch from Presley is a little bit high, ball 1. Brandon Marsh off the bench, 2 for 6 this year as a pinch hitter. And trying to get on to start something here, the 1-0, and that's over for a called strike. Marsh apparently had the notice of Don Kelly yesterday. He didn't want Paul Skeens to face him again. He pulled him at 7 2/3. So Paul Skeens couldn't get the win.
A little overmanaged, maybe.
Here's the 1-1. And a swing and a ground ball through the right side. There's a base hit. And Marsh is aboard, and they're going to let Rojas go ahead and hit. Now, when the Phillies have been trailing, they've gone Marsh-Kepler or Kepler-Marsh, one of the two. But with a lead, I don't think they want to give up the defense. They
can't.
Will leave Rojas in the game, even if it wasn't a bunting situation, which it is.
But it's a perfect situation for him to be up there.
He's already got 1 sacrifice bunt today, and he squares again and pushes it out in front of the plate. Presley in to get it, throws to first, and nicely done. 2 sacrifice bunts today for Rojas.
All right.
But again, even if he wasn't, if it was, I think
you have to.
Getting to the point now, certainly with a lead, they're going to keep the best defense out there, and that would, without question, I think be Marsh in left and Rojas in center.
Yep.
Here's Trey Turner, and it plunks him, absolutely drills Turner. And so Trey is aboard as Presley now has 2 runners on. And Kyle Schwarber coming up. Real slow walk by Turner headed down, and Presley, and he talked back and forth. No intent there.
I mean, that got him in upper ribs, just below his armpit. I don't think that's what you want to do with Schwarber coming up.
No, I mean, he obviously didn't want to do that. But here's Schwarber. Does give him a double play possibility. He can get the ground ball out of Kyle Schwarber.
Also gives the Phils a 3-run home run possibility.
Indeed. And time called. Kelly is going to go out to the mound and tell Ryan Presley that we have a 3-run home run possibility if you don't make a good pitch. Now, he's got a pitch comm problem, they say. And so they're going to run him out a new device. Ryan Presley well aware of the exploits of one Kyle Schwarber. Presley, not the closer. They've been using Daniel Palencia in save situations. Presley 2-2 with a 4.30 earned run average. Schwarber is 0 for 3 against him with a pair of walks. 2 on, 1 out, the pitch. Swung on, fouled away. In the playoffs, which has happened a couple of different occasions for these two to meet up. For Kyle in 21 and then again in 22. And Kyle was with the Phillies. He's 0 for 4 with a walk. Here's a swing and a foul out of play. And it's 0-2 quickly. So he's 0 for 7 with 3 walks lifetime, playoffs and regular season. Presley ahead of the count, looks back at second, the 0-2 pitch, and that's inside. Phillies 2 for 9 so far tonight with runners in scoring position. One and two the count, and the pitch. Swing and a foul down at the plate, and Kelly couldn't catch that foul tip.
Kind of dove out in front after it, bounced off his glove. Tried to catch it where it hit the ground.
The count remains 1-2. Schwarber waiting. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. High fastball got him.
That's the first strikeout for the Phils tonight, offensively.
Wow. Here is Alec Boehm, who is 2 for 3. 2 on, 2 out. The pitch. And Boehm takes. That's a called strike.
Go figure.
Oh, and 1 the pitch. Swing and a miss at a slider. He couldn't hold up. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. So Boehm down to the count. And Presley trying to get out of trouble. The pitch. And it's a called third strike. Fastball outside corner at the knees. Boehm slams the bat, slams the helmet. As the frustration's boiling over for Alec Boehm here in the bottom of the 7th. Phillies do not score. 1 hit.
With these designs, I wanted to bring out the Old English letter font, but add a twist to it. This is one I've developed over the years and used on a lot of tattoos. You could tell a sign painter or a lettering person by their numbers. That reveals a lot about them. It's an honor to design for the Dodgers. It's almost gone beyond sports, even into fashion. People wear LA caps all over the world.
At NJ.org. New Jersey, little state, lot of wow.
Come turn the lights and energy up at Citizens Bank Park for another City Connect Friday when the Blue Jays come to town on Friday, June 13th at 6:45. Secure your seats today at Phillies.com.
The home of the Phillies, 94 WIP.
On to the 8th inning we go. The Phillies still with a 2-1 lead. And they'll hand the baseball to Matt Strom, who takes over. 30th appearance of the year for Strom. He'll face 9-1-2 due up here for the Cubs. Matt Shaw Shaw is 1 for 2 tonight. Had one of only 3 hits allowed by Phil's starter Zach Wheeler. And the first pitch from Strom is in for a strike, 0-1. Brandon Marsh remains in the game in left field as expected. So it's Marsh, Rojas, and Castellanos, left, center, and right. The pitch. And a check swing, and that he went around.
Yep.
0-2 the count. The pitch. Grounded foul down the third base line. Strom is 1-3. He's got a 3.42 ERA. 2 saves, 3 blown saves charged to his ledger. Had a couple of scoreless appearances on the road trip. The 0-2. Swinging a high fly, left center field. Playable. Marsh is calling for it, waiting on it. And he'll make the catch. 1 down. Top of the order now, and Ian Happ. He's 0 for 3 tonight. And the switch hitter will turn around and bat from the right side against Strom. You've got the big lefty Kyle Tucker waiting next, which is why Strom is out in this inning. Two to 1, Phillies lead it. The pitch, and it's up high. The Phillies weren't sure, talking with him, just what the availability of Orion Kerkering might be today. He pitched 2 of the last 3 games, but he's warmed up. I think it's 3 out of 4. He's was in yesterday, threw over 20 pitches in his outing. The pitch is down low, 2-0 the count. Romano hasn't pitched in a few days, so I would guess he would get the 9th.
I would think.
By the way, I looked it up, Larry. The year you gave up 16 homers, it wasn't as bad as you thought. It was in nearly 80 innings. So you said it was like 60 innings.
60, 80, still a lot of home runs.
It is a lot of homers. As the pitch is outside. And it's 3-0. Now, if we track the last few years of your career, let's just do a little quick math here. 3-0, and that's in there for a called strike. From 1988 through the end of your career in 94, you gave up 15 homers in 442 innings.
It's a little better.
Yeah. 3-1 is fouled back.
Figured
I mean, that one year was a real outlier, you know, in Seattle. And let's just, blame it on the Kingdome and something else.
Yeah. Yep.
3-2 pitch. Blasted. And that ties the game. Ian Happ unloads. And it's a homer to tie this one up 2-2, his 5th of the year. Another blown save for Matt Strom, another no decision for Zach Wheeler. And all those chances for the Phillies with men in scoring position, unable to capitalize. All it takes is one swing of the bat to take away the lead.
It's a shame.
That ball was either all the way to the very back row or maybe grazed the second deck of the left field stands and then went down into the back row of the lower seats. That was a bomb as the pitch is down and away to Kyle Tucker, 1-0. 424 the estimated distance. The pitch, check swing, foul ball.
But you're right. The chances with men in scoring position, again, is just biting the Phils.
One ball, one strike, the pitch, breaking ball. And that just Missed, a little bit low. The Phillies, in their weekend series with the Pirates, they were tied in all 3 games. Late in the game, they lost a lead, or the game was untied in the 7th one day, in the 8th one day, and in the 9th another day as the pitch is up high. And again, these are all games that are totally winnable, of course, because of the great starting pitching they've gotten. But no margin for error right now for this for the pitchers.
Not at all.
3-1, and that's down low, ball 4. So a man on as Tucker is at first, and Tucker can run.
Yeah.
And 16 out of 17. Double play depth up the middle for Turner and Sosa. Strom kicks and delivers, and Suzuki nearly gets hit by the pitch down and in. It's 1-0. Two-two game here in the 8th inning. Phillies about hit the Cubs 9-4. The pitch. Swung on, line to left, on the run Marsh. He's there, he's got it. That was hit hard.
Yep.
109 off the bat.
But it's an out. Hard out, but it's an out.
Well, here comes Pete Crow Armstrong. Phillies have right-hander Orion Kerkering warming again. Brad Keller is getting loose for the Cubs. And JT walks out to talk to Strom. This is more about the next hitter, because if they need to get Swanson out, it's not going to be Matt Strom on the mound.
And give Kerkering a little extra time.
Yeah. But it's also a dangerous hitter, and might as well get out there and
figure out what you want to do. Yeah.
Opening game of this 3-game set. Phillies lost the opener in Chicago back in April to lose their 5th straight. Snapped the streak the next day and won the series with a Sunday night victory. Here it's 2-2 in the 8th. Runner on at first. 2 down, and the pitch to Pete Crow Armstrong. Bounce to first. It's foul. And the count 0-1. Crow has been far more dangerous to this point against righties, but again, you're talking about a young player who's likely to get better against lefties. 0-1 the pitch, and that's up and away. At least you would think, and the Cubs are going to give him every opportunity to do that, but he's hitting only 181 so far against left-handed pitching, with 26 strikeouts in 72 at bats. 1 ball, 1 strike, and a throw over to first. Back standing is Tucker.
Well, with it tied up, it'll give somebody a chance to be a hero. A walk-off, maybe.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss. You really got to focus there. I mean, Cubs, I don't think would mind here to try to swipe the bag, and if they got thrown out and you get Crow Armstrong leading off
against
yeah. 1-2 the count. Strom kicks the pitch, and he hits a sky-high fly ball down the right side. It's headed foul and out of play.
Wow.
1-2.
That was skied. Mercy.
Back to first goes Tucker. He is the go-ahead run.
Think the Mets would like to rethink that trade?
I would guess. How would their lineup look with him in it?
Oh, mercy.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, right center field. On the run in the alley is Rojas. He's calling. He makes the catch on the warning track. And runs that one down. Nicely done. 1 run on the homer by Happ. That ties us up. A man left. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 2-2 game.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is...
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha.
Amazing.
And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Phillies 2, Cubs 2 are in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Cubs will turn to right-hander Brad Keller. Keller is 2-0 at 2.15 ERA on the season. Going to face Nick Castellanos, who is 2 for 20 against Keller in his career.
Hitter's hitting just 198 off of Keller.
And the first pitch is up high for ball 1. Right-handed batters hitting 111 off of Brad Keller. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball, fair. Past third, going down the line. Castellanos around first. Nope. He's trying for 2, and he is out by 10 feet. Again, the Phillies have a runner gunned down at second, trying to stretch a single into a double, and the Gold Glover Ian Happ gets Castellanos to start the 8th.
He busted it out of the box. Note, I mean, he busted it, but once you hit first, you look out there. If you see the ball's coming in, you can put on the brakes and get back. I mean, Happ got over there in a hurry.
Well, it was his 3rd hit of the night, but an ill-advised attempt to advance. It happened to Edmundo Sosa earlier tonight. Here's JT Realmuto. And the windup in the pitch. It's taken for a called strike. Right-hand batters against Keller are now 8 for 64 with that hit. They have no extra base hits. The pitch. That would have been the first extra base hit given up to a right-handed batter all year.
Wow.
But Ian Happ made sure it wasn't. Here's the pitch. And it's inside. And with this game tied at 2, it does look like that's still Orion Kerkering out there, I believe. Ask the guy with the good eyes. Here's the pitch. And it's swung on, line to center. There's a base hit for JT. And he's aboard. Go-ahead run is on, and Bryson Stott will be summoned off the bench to hit for Sosa.
The binoculars are blurry, but it is Kerkering. I mean, that's I think a case when Stott talked about it, you know, other guys have about just maybe trying to do too much with Harper out, whatever, trying to get out of this slump they're in. But Overdo it.
Well, Bryson Stott, 1 for 3 off the bench as a pinch hitter this season. But he has really scuffled of late. He went 2 for 21 on the road trip. And the first pitch from Keller is taken, and it's in there for a called strike, 98-mile-an-hour fastball. And Stott bats for Sosa. Go ahead run over at first base. That's 11 hits now for the Phillies. Keller set just below the letters, and the pitch swung on, grounded to second, should be 2. Flipped to Swanson 1, on to first, a double play. No runs on 2 hits with nobody left. Phillies turned away in the 8th. We'll go to the 9th. It's 2-2.
Hey, baseball fans, now at Verizon, they're locking in low price.
Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, is hard at work rebuilding our infrastructure, whether it's transportation, water, or energy projects. ELEC and the operating engineers, 825, are ready to get to work building our bounce back.
The Phillies play here. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
2-2 ball game. We go to the 9th inning. And before we get this half inning underway, let's pause for station identification. This is the Phillies Radio Network.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Powered by the Tasty Cake Studios. The home of the Phillies. 94 WIP. An Odyssey Sports Station.
With Larry Anderson, I'm Scott Fransky with you from Citizens Bank Park tonight. Tom Kelly is our engineer here in the booth. Justin DeRazio engineering in our studios. Phillies 2, Cubs 2. Orion Kerkering takes over here in the top of the 9th inning. He's got Dansby Swanson, the number 5 hole hitter, to lead things off for Chicago. And Kerkering's first pitch, swing and a miss. Elsewhere tonight, Braves in action. They're on the road in Milwaukee. They've got a 3-1 lead as that game has moved to the bottom of the 5th at American Family Field. The pitch, and that's outside. Mets off today. One ball, one strike. Kerkering's pitch, swing and a miss. Red Sox and Tampa 3-3 in the 6th. Roman Anthony making his major league debut. MLB.com calls him the number 1 prospect in baseball.
Wow.
He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout tonight. Kerkering set at the belt, the pitch. And he spoils one, fouls it away. They guard the line at third base. Otto Kemp just a couple of steps off the line at third base. Marsh straight away in left. Rojas guarding right center. The 1-2. And that's down and away. Johan Rojas has covered some ground out there in center field tonight.
Yep.
He's got a couple of sacrifice bunts tonight. Second time in his career he's had multiple second time in his career he's had multiple sacrifices in the same game as this pitch is fouled back.
Second time?
Second time he's had 2 sacrifices in the same game. Well, the last position player to have multiple games with multiple sacrifices for the Phillies was Kevin Stocker.
Get out.
There's a swing and a foul ball out of play. I mean, to have 2 sacrifice bunts, I mean, and keep in mind, Stock hit 8, right? I mean,
right.
He's going to sacrifice if they know there's going to be a pinch hitter, but there's a lot of times when maybe that's not going to happen. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, struck him out. But he had 2 sacrifices, September the 5th, 93, and August the 20th of 95.
So only twice.
Yes. Multiple games with multiple sacrifice hits. Pitch to Carson Kelly is in for a strike. In the bottom of the ninth, the Phillies have Otto Kemp, Brandon Marsh, and Johan Rojas due up. The pitch is fouled away to the left side.
I only hope Rojas has to sacrifice again. I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way. It just means you get a couple guys on. Maybe.
Yeah. 0-1 or 0-2, pardon me, and that's just a little bit low. Cubs have a right-hander, their closer, Daniel Palencia, warming up. 2-2, ninth inning. Kerkering, the 1-2 pitch. And that just missed outside. This is the moment as the batter Michael Busch is what we talked about earlier. They knew these right-handers were at the end of the game. The pitch, and Busch hits one in the air to center. It'll be an easy play for Rojas, and he'll make the catch for the second out. Out-of-town scores, as always, brought to you by Oliver Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. You'll feel the difference. That brings up Carson Kelly. Kelly is 0 for 3 tonight. And a pitch. And that's in there for a called strike. Oh, and 1. The pitch. And it's a breaking ball down and away. The stretch and the 1-1 way inside.
Their 4 through 8 hitters are 0 for 18. They've only got 4 hits.
Two balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. Yes, well pitched.
Yep. 11 hits. Phil's about hit him 11 to 4, but tied at 2.
And make no mistake. I mean, if you're Matt Strom, you feel bad. You've given up a big run, but
right.
Again, it's just a tight wire for these guys. The 2-2 just misses outside. They cannot make that one mistake.
No.
Not right now.
Not easy to pitch that way.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to make excuses. I mean, again,
No.
He'll tell you 3-2 pitch, and that's inside. It's ball 4. It's just kind of the nature of the beast as a late inning reliever. That's the way it is sometimes. But well, the go-ahead run is at first base, Carson Kelly, and the batter is Nico Horner. And the pitch, Horner takes, and that's down low. Nico Horner, no homers this year. He had 7 last year. 1-0, and he takes a called strike. He smoked the ball his last time up, but it was caught at third by Otto Kemp.
I'm glad he took that one.
1 ball, 1 strike. Castellanos a step towards the line. Maybe a little on the shallow side in right field. Rojas playing the other way as well. Kerkering ready, the 1-1 swung on, fouled back. Carson Kelly, not a speedster over there at first base.
Only one in their lineup without a steal.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The stretch and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third. And Otto Kemp has it, fires it across, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, a walk, a man left. We go to the bottom of the ninth, and any kind of a run, and the Phils will win it. It's a 2-2 game.
Hi, welcome to CP Rankin Commercial Roof Management and Contracting. Can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. I need a new roof on one of my office buildings, and I heard that CP Rankin can breathe new life into my roof.
You mean CPR?
Yeah. May I please see Mr. Rankin?
Sure thing. Did you know that CP Rankin is the best commercial roof management and contracting company for competitive pricing?
Wow. You know,
on Phillies Pregame Live.
It is gone!
Then, after the final out, hear from players fresh off the field with Phillies Postgame Live, only on NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball, 94 WIP.
We go to the bottom of the ninth, and Otto Kemp will lead off for the Phillies. Phillies first pitch on the way, and Kemp hits one on the ground out in front of the plate. It checks up with a funny spin, and Kemp is going to reach. Otto Kemp, his second hit of the night. He is aboard, and Craig Counsell coming out to argue perhaps runner interference on the play out in front of the plate as Kelly went to try to field it. But, I mean, there was no hesitation. Maybe it's more about where the ball... I mean, Kemp was running way inside the baseline, but Kelly didn't have the ball, and by the time he did, Kemp was already at first base by the time he let that throw go, and Counsell arguing with Stu Sherwater, but Stu Sherwater seems like he's just kind of calmly nodding his head and saying, and now he walks away, puts the mask on, and Counsell's been ejected. Counsell came back to talk to him again, and
I mean, he's 3 feet past the bag with that stride.
I mean, again, he's running way inside the line on the grass. There's no question about it, but he's angling towards the bag. He's made a direct line for the bag. He never deviates from that line. Kelly's throw gets to the first baseman after Kemp was well past the bag.
Yeah, base hit. Stick with him, Counsell.
So it's a hit for Kemp, his second of the night. And here comes Brandon Marsh. Phillies trying for their second walk-off win of the season. Brandon Marsh, the batter, and the pitch from Keller is outside, ball one. Rojas is in the on-deck circle. Max Kepler is at the bottom of the dugout steps with a bat in hand, helmet on. Outfield shaded the other way against Brandon. Keller ready. He kicks in the pitch. Marsh takes. That's a strike called on the outside corner. And alongside Palencia, it looks like the Cubs now have a left-hander up in the pen. The pitch, and it's down and away. Marsh, who came off the bench in the 7th inning as a pinch hitter, singled to right.
It's Pomerantz, the left-hander.
2-1 the count, the pitch, and that one missed outside. It's a hitter's count for Brandon, 3 balls and a strike. Three and one. Kemp leads at first. Keller ready. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball to second. Up with it, Horner to second one. On to first. Not in time. Marsh really busting it to try to stay out of the double play, which he does. And now Ryan Flaherty, who's the bench coach, they say they want to challenge the call. And we'll take a look once we see a replay.
Chicago's challenging the safe call first base.
Safe call made by Vic Carapazza down at first base. And as we get our first look at it, it's borderline, pretty close. Phillies might benefit from the fact that it was initially called safe.
Perhaps.
You're not so sure?
I can't tell.
Yeah.
It's, with the
Is that
rule.
because of your eyes in the hyperbaric chamber?
No,
or?
I'm close enough to the TV. I'm like a foot away, so I can see that. But where it is in the glove, he hasn't really squeezed it in his glove. I think when Marsh's foot hit. But
I think once it enters the glove, once it touches any part of the leather in the glove on its way into the pocket, that's all that's necessary to call it an out. So if you can tell where it hits the leather, I think he might be out.
Yeah.
They just had a bit of a zoomed-in look and slowed it down.
Hard to believe a double play, though.
Well, still waiting on it. Turner is standing near the on-deck circle. Now, Turner not the next hitter due up. That would be Rojas, but Rojas is not out there and maybe called back in looking at – I don't think they'd have him face Keller, but what's going to happen is if they send Kepler as a pinch hitter, they're going to go to Pomerantz, you would think. But again, still grinding through the video in New York, and you go back to the old idea that if it takes that long, then it's not convincing enough. Just go with the call on the field and move on.
What are the umpires doing?
They're actually telling Keller he can warm up if he wants. Throw a warm-up toss, I guess, maybe. Honestly, the umpires here are simply at the mercy of the operations center in New York.
Right.
They're just waiting on word from the replay official, but this is nonsense.
This is ridiculous. They got to implement it. If you can't make a decision in 15 seconds in New York or whatever it is.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is safe. Chicago loses the challenge.
So again, this is a spot where it just worked out better for the Phillies than it was called initially that way. Can't get it overturned. So here comes Kepler. He's been introduced as the pinch hitter. And we'll see if Ryan Flaherty wants to make the move. Flaherty, the bench coach. Max Kepler, who is 9 for 25 with a double and 2 homers in his career against Brad Keller. And he's not going to face Keller. No. They're going to go to Pomerantz. And so the Phillies will have to deal with this.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
Now, they all have the same grade? Or
no.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card?
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Let's see what D-Rose. Of course, D-Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
For a run, Philadelphia insurance companies will donate $100 to local nonprofit organizations. You can step up to the plate and nominate your favorite nonprofit at phly.com/Phillies. Philadelphia Insurance Companies, the MVP of insurance for nonprofits and over 100 other specialized industries.
Left-hander Drew Pomeranz is on in relief. He has yet to allow a run in 14 2/3 innings. He's only given up 5 hits so far. With the Cubs, the veteran lefty tosses over to first. Brandon Marsh steps back onto the bag. It's a 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the ninth. There's one out, a runner at first for the Phils. Max Kepler pinch hitting, and the pitch from Pomeranz. Check swing, and the pitch down low for ball one. Kepler did see Pomeranz as recently as April. He faced him twice, in fact, in that weekend series. He was 0 for 1, but did draw a walk against him. The pitch, and he swings and pops this one a mile high into shallow right field. Backing out is Nico Horner. He's under it, now skimming along the back edge of the grass. He'll make the catch, and there's the second out here in the bottom of the ninth. And it's up to Trey Turner if the Phillies are going to avoid extra innings tonight with the Cubs. Turner, 1 for 3 on the night, hit by a pitch his last time up. And the pitch from Pomeranz, swinging a foul down at the plate. As we said, Pomeranz has been darn near unhittable. He's given up 1 extra base hit all season.
Wow.
They guard the line. The runner goes at first. The pitch swung on and missed. Turner hit Kelly on the helmet on the backswing, and they're going to send Marsh back to first base. He had it stolen easily. And Stu Sherwater sends Marsh back to first base.
They're finding ways.
No balls, 2 strikes now on Turner. Pomeranz at the belt, kicks and deals, and the pitch very high for a ball. They've got Horner deep and shaded up the middle. Swanson also back at short. As we said, Shaw guards the line at third base. Outfielder's really deep. 2-2, bottom of the ninth. And Pomeranz will throw over to first. That's his second disengagement. We'll see whether or not the Phillies want to get Marsh started again. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Turner. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled away. Runner was not on the move. This, believe it or not, for 2 veteran players, Turner and Pomeranz, the first time they've ever faced one another.
Wow.
Jordan Romano ready to pitch the 10th. The 1-2 from Pomeranz, swung on, ground ball up the middle. It's fielded by Swanson to his left. He'll flip underhand to second, and that'll do it for the Phillies. No runs on a leadoff hit, 1 man left, and we are headed to the 10th inning tonight. It's the Phillies 2 and the
new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Keep winning.
Back-to-back nights of a guaranteed blast at the ballpark. You won't want to miss the Xfinity fireworks shows on Monday, June 30th and Tuesday, July 1st, both at 6:30, when the Phillies host the Padres. Secure your seats at Phillies.com.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Well, Larry, going to the 10th inning means you're going to have to wait a little longer to have your Nucci, the hoagie from Marinucci's Deli, 3 locations throughout the city. It's a real Philly deli.
I'm going to have to wait.
They're featuring that at the Coca-Cola Corner tonight through Wednesday here at the ballpark. The Nucci.
Pairs perfectly with the Coke Zero.
That's what I'm told. Nico Horner, the zombie runner out at second base. Jordan Romano, the pitcher on the mound for the Phillies. We start the 10th inning. Phillies 4-4 in extras this year. Matt Shaw, the batter, he takes the first pitch up high for ball 1. Shaw 1 for 3. Cubs are 3-3 so far in extra innings this season. Romano kicks the pitch, and that one is a slider that is all over the outside corner for a ball. And that's a tough one to miss. Max Kepler remains in the game in left. Brandon Marsh moves to center. The 2-0. Shaw takes. That's right down the middle for a called strike. Two-two ball game, 10th inning. Romano comes set. And the pitch. Swing and a foul. Thank you.
Man, that was a foot inside. Movement on that. That was a slider?
Yeah, that's what they said.
From a left-hander, maybe. As a backup of a backup.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Romano kicks and delivers, and the pitch swung on. High hopper to third. Kemp's got it. Checks the runner. Throws to first. In time to get Shaw. No panic there by Otto Kemp. We're out number 1. And I would think you need to pay pretty good attention to Nico Horner here with 1 out.
Yep.
Ian Happ is the batter. He's one of the big reasons we're still here. His solo home run in the 8th inning with 1 out off of Matt Strom tied the game at 2. They keep Kemp about 10 feet off the line, maybe more. Here's a swing at a high fly ball left center field. Kepler's back near the edge of the track. Back. Second base.
Man, that ball started carrying a little bit.
Here's Kyle Tucker.
You really want to face him?
Romano kicks and deals, and the pitch swung on, hit high in the air to left. Kepler is under it. He's waiting, and he's got it. And Jordan Romano claps the glove and the hand together, and he shows a little emotion as he pitches a scoreless 10th inning. The free runner doesn't move.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do it like brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
someone you know has a gambling problem, help's available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Deep to right field, forget about it.
Send the Phillies stars south to Atlanta for the 2025 All-Star Game. Vote for your Phils 5 times daily at phillies.com/vote.
The home of the Phillies, 94 WIP.
Trey Turner's going to be the zombie runner out at second base. As he was walking out towards the field, Paco Figueroa, the first base coach, was chasing him down to say something. Then Dusty Wathan, the third base coach, ran to get both of them. And they had a little huddle there for a moment. So first and third base coaches and Trey Turner, the runner, all chatted up. And Kyle Schwarber is due up first in the inning, and they're going to walk Schwarber, which is not entirely unexpected here in a 2-2 ball game. And now that'll bring up Alec Bohm. Bohm, who batted in the ninth inning on the road at Pittsburgh yesterday with 2 on and 1 out, bounced into a game-ending double play in a 1-run ball game. He's facing a hard-throwing right-hander, Daniel Palencia, whose average fastball 99.3 miles an hour. Palencia kicks in the first pitch, swing and a foul. Of course, he gets a slider first pitch. Wouldn't you know? Bohm tonight is 2 for 4 and struck out in the 7th with 2 runners on. He's pretty angry afterwards. Palencia set at the belt, looks back at second. He kicks the pitch. Swing and a bouncer to third, gloved by Shaw, steps on third, throws to first. It's a double play. And Turner erased. 2 outs now. Winning run out at second base, and Nick Castellanos will be the batter. And boy, just
unbelievable.
You just don't know what to say. Well, here's Mr. Walk-Off hit last year, Nick Castellanos. Let's see if he can deliver again. The stretch by Palencia at the belt. He looks at second. Another look back. And the pitch. Check swing. He did not go around. Last year he delivered 5 walk-off hits between the regular season and the postseason. Most by any Philly since 1920. 1 ball, no strikes, the pitch. Swing and a bouncer foul. Castellanos tonight with 3 hits. He was also thrown out trying to stretch one of those singles into a double. Two, bottom of the 10th. Phillies in the Cubs. Winning run out at second. Outfield playing to pull. Palencia with a 1-1. Fouled away. And it's 1-2 now. Palencia throws that fastball 73% of the time. Not quite as high against righties. He will mix in that slider. One ball and 2 strikes on Castellanos, who waits. Palencia ready. The kick, the pitch. Swing and a flare down the right field line, slicing, and it's going to be a foul ball.
And that would have been nice. That stayed fair.
Kyle Schwarber, of course, with 2 outs, can sell out and run as fast as he can. The Phillies don't have any options. If you're wondering about getting a speedier runner, that's not a possibility at this point. Only man left on the bench is Rafael Marchand. Palencia, check second. And a 1-2 again. Swinging another foul, backing out of play.
101.
Philly's other walk-off win came on a walk-off wild pitch. Bryson Stott scoring back in April. The stretch and the 1-2 offer. Swing and a bouncer left side. Shaw gloves it on the short hop, fires it over to first, and he got him. Tough pickup on the short hop by Matt Shaw. And the Phillies turned away in the 10th. No runs, no hits. A man left. We'll go to the 11th. It's 2-2.
It's game time, and you're heading to Citizens Bank Park to catch your Fightin' Phils.
With the Philadelphia Water Ice Fanatic Beach Towel. Get yours on Sunday, July 6th at 1:35 when the Phillies play the Reds. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
Phillies Baseball, Sports Radio 94 WIP.
And we move on to the 11th now, still tied at 2. Phillies and the Cubs here in the opening game of this 3-game set. Kyle Tucker, the runner out at second base to start the 11th. The new pitcher for the Phillies is right-hander Carlos Hernandez. Facing Seiya Suzuki. Hernandez, no record of .587 earned run average. And Hernandez kicks and delivers, and the first pitch is very, very high for ball one.
This makes me believe nobody's up for the Cubs, that Palencia will go back out for the second inning.
1 ball and no strikes. The Phillies have out-hit the Cubs 12-4 tonight. Time called, and the Phillies are 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Over the last 5 games, the Phillies were 4 for 27, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Boy, oh my goodness, Suzuki nearly fell over, swinging at a slider that was about shoulder high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hernandez ready, the pitch. And that one's in there for a strike. Fastball at 98. Suzuki tonight is 1 for 4. One ball, 2 strikes. A look back at second. Now the pitch. Swing at a fly ball right center field. Castellanos is over. He's calling. He'll make the catch. Tucker bluffs, but he's not going anywhere. And Castellanos called that one right away, and well done in right center.
Yep.
Between he and Brandon Marsh, and there's out number 1.
Now, again, I hope JT or somebody had said something to Hernandez about watching that runner at second with 1 out.
Also a pretty big hitter to worry about, and Pete Crow Armstrong facing a right-hander. And Phillies going to go after him here. The pitch swung on, line to right, and that's going to be a base hit. And Crow Armstrong hits that one to the base of the wall. He will head into second, and that'll be an RBI double for Pete Crow Armstrong, and it gives the Cubs a 3-2 lead. And the question will certainly be asked about not only the 11th inning here facing Crow Armstrong, but also the 10th inning facing Kyle Tucker with a base open.
Yeah.
But the Phillies elect to face Crow Armstrong here in the 11th inning. And part of that has to do with it being that second run that matters so much in extra innings. But now that second run is in scoring position because there was an extra base hit. Here's Dansby Swanson. And the pitch fouled off. 55th run batted in. Oh, 0-1 the count. And the pitch. Down and away off the glove of JT, and that'll send Pete Crow Armstrong down to third base. I mean, I don't think that bounced. It was down and away, and he had to reach back to try to glove it. They scored it a wild pitch. Infield has to play in now with the speedster at third base. And the 1-1 swing and a foul tip. And it's 1-2 on Swanson. The 3-2 Cubs lead it in the 11th. Runner at third base with one out. Hernandez ready at the belt. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
All right.
And I don't know about you, Larry, but I think you have to consider walking Michael Busch here to not tack on that extra run. Carson Kelly is the batter on deck.
Great.
It doesn't appear the Phillies are going to go that way, however. So as not to put yet another runner on base, but Busch fouls one down off his foot. He's a dangerous hitter against right-handed pitching almost exclusively. And he has to walk this one off a little bit.
If you walk him, he's at first. If they hit a double, yeah, he'll score. But they get a single, they don't score. He's still got the other guy. I don't know.
And they give Michael Busch a moment to walk it off. But, Tucker is an even split guy. In fact, he hits lefties even better than he does righties. These other two are the 0-1 pitch misses inside. Crow Armstrong and Busch are both very, heavy split guys.
Yep.
One ball, one strike with 2 outs in the 11th. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Big pitch coming up as Carlos Hernandez tries to limit it to just the 1 run. Michael Busch, the batter, he's 0 for 4 tonight. And Hernandez gets ahead of him at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The right-hander kicks, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball back at him, goes through his glove, picked up with a bare hand by Turner, fires it to first. And it's in time to get Busch, who I don't think was running very well down the line after that foul ball off his foot.
Wow, what a play, though.
Yeah, Trey Turner sure-handed with the bare hand pickup. And he gets the final out. So the free runner gets home for the Cubs. They take the lead.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Philadelphia's cheesesteak since 1947.
The fun continues after the final out. Fans 55 and over are invited to take part in Independence Blue Cross Senior Stroll the Bases after the Phillies host the Cubs on Wednesday, June 11th at 1:05. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
The Phillies play here. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 11th. Last chance time for the Phils here at extra innings as they're staring at a 6-game losing streak. A new season long. JT Realmuto is going to lead it off here in the 11th. Tying run out at second base. That's Nick Castellanos. Daniel Palencia, as we thought, remains on the mound. And the hard-throwing right-hander delivers to JT, and he takes the first pitch, a fastball, for a called strike one. JT 1 for 4 tonight. Drove in a run with a ground out back in the 4th inning. Palencia at the belt. And the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, line to right. It's a base hit down the line. Castellanos coming around third. He's going to come home and score. Throw will go to second, and JT ties the ball game 3-3 here in the bottom of the 11th.
I'm not so sure that they might not have had a play at the plate had he thrown that ball in to the infield to the first base side. And Casty did not get a real good jump on this.
And Tucker, of course, who
he was over there in a hurry and his
throwing arm. And
all right.
Well, here's Bryson Stott. We'll see if the Phillies can advance that runner into scoring position. And Palencia delivers, and Stott pushes a bunt. It's a good one. Third base side. Shaw, bare hand, flip to first. Not in time. Stott beats it out. Scored a base hit. Stu Sherwater looking into the dugout. And
why?
They will not challenge.
Are they allowed to challenge?
They get an extra one, right? In extra innings,
extra
isn't that
innings.
right? Right. Well, now the winning run is out at second base.
Heck of a play by Shaw.
And here's Otto Kemp. First ever game here at Citizens Bank Park. He's got 2 hits tonight. His first 2 major league hits. Cubs are expecting him to bunt. And a step off by Palencia, who says the pitch comm is not working. I mean, for the sheer drama and the storyline of it all, we'd love to see Otto Kemp get a chance to win the game. I'm not sure that's going to happen, though.
Why?
Well,
you think he'll bunt? I don't know. Bunting against a guy throwing 100 is, I would think, one of the tougher things to do in the game.
Well, Bryson Stott just did it. We'll see. JT, the winning run at second base. They're in at the corners, especially Bush over at first base. Palencia set at the belt. He looks at second. He kicks. He is bunting, and he pushes it third base side. It's a great bunt. Picked up by Bush. Throw back to first. Not in time. And Otto Kemp is aboard, and the bases are loaded. Nobody out. It's a bunt base hit. His third hit of the night.
Wow.
And here comes Brandon Marsh, who didn't start the game, but he's got a chance to win it. And Ryan Flaherty is coming out. They've been getting a lefty going, I believe, and Flaherty coming in and asking about something here with home plate umpire Stu Sherwater.
Is he just stalling to get time for his, or is his lefty been up, getting ready?
Well, I think they want to get Ian Happ. I think they're going to have to go to the 5 infielder thing.
Yeah.
Now, whether they make a pitching change or not, we'll see. Flaherty hasn't signaled yet. They're getting a different glove for Ian Happ. And the umpires are now coming in to converse. All 4 umpires meet to the left of the mound. As the Cubs will go with the 5 infielder alignment, 2 outfielders. So it remains Crow Armstrong in left center and Tucker in right center. It does appear they'll stay with Palencia here. JT started the rally with an RBI single. Bunt base hits for both Stott and Otto Kemp, just both perfect bunts. And the Phillies struggling offensively, trying to win it with small ball tonight. 3 infielders on the right side between first and second, 2 on the left side. Palencia.
He's going to provide the pop.
Right-hander kicks the pitch, and it's very high, ball 1.
Don't have to come out of your shoes to hit the ball. Just put the ball in play.
JT, the lead runner, the winning run over at third base. 3-3, bottom of the 11th. Palencia at the belt. The right-hander, a long set. He kicks in the pitch. Swing and a drive, center field and deep. Crow Armstrong going after it. It won't matter. It lands at the base of the wall. JT is home to score. And the Phillies have won it. Brandon Marsh with a walk-off as the Phillies rally for 2 runs in the bottom of the 11th. And they beat the Cubs and snap their losing streak of 4-3 win.
Wow. How do you like that? Unbelievable.
The Phillies celebrating out in shallow center. Hugs all around for Brandon Marsh, who delivers the winning hit.
I guess that home cooking made a difference.
And after a bunch of bunts set it up, it was a drive to the base of the State Farm shot, the State Farm sign in center field. A pretty good poke there by Brandon Marsh.
Can't they give him a double on it too?
I think they just give him a single and call it a night.
Wow.
But he'll take it. It's a game winner as the Phillies walk off the Cubs tonight in 11 innings, 4-3 the final.